We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Just a short time ago, sounds loud enough to reverberate across the Rockies. They're ready for football in Denver as the Broncos get set to do battle with the Arizona Cardinals. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready? 8, read.
43. Check, 43. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a
two. On first down, Locke. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. The sack by Terrell Suggs. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Throwing now is Locke. And he hits his target, Deshaun Hamilton. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third. Hamilton, the fourth-round pick, had a very productive career at Penn State where he was teammates with Saquon Barkley. And the tandem of he and Cortland Sutton brings some solid youth to that Bronco receivers room. And now the 24-year-old Hamilton hoping to build on what was a 30-catch campaign from a season ago as a rookie. But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1.
I'm coming after you.
Locked to throw on 3rd and 1. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Hassan Reddick in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. Second-year punter Colby Wadman out there now for the Broncos. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away.
Let's go.
At their own 26-yard line.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. This is David Johnson, the former All-Pro. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Off the draw, here's Johnson. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down.
Tighten up. Pull together.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Von Miller. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And this will be taken at the 13. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
What we got? What we got? What we got?
5.
Clock now to throw. Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession.
Here we go. Here we go. 60 yards.
43. I got you, son.
Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. The Broncos send out their punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Throwing on first down is Murray. There's the first NFL grab for Andy Isabella. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They'll run it with Johnson, and they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 3rd down. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They're still looking at 0 on the scoreboard, and they're going to be hard-pressed to do anything with this field position as they'll start at their 1-yard line.
This almost feels like you're trying to climb Mount Everest because they can put together a decent...
Through an opening, and there he goes. The 40, 20, 10, 5, and all the way home for a Broncos score. Noah Fant, 99 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, that's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone, but from your tight end?
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill, a Devontae Adams, and Antonio Brown. You're not talking about a guy that lines up or can line up in line and look like an extra tackle on running plays. He took that bad boy downfield just like he was a scat back. Before the game, he told me, I'm going to have a zinger or two today. And I was like, oh, a zinger or two? I guess that's a zinger, right? That's a zinger. This will be taken in at the 1. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
On second down, Johnson. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. Here's Andy Lee now as he's on to punt for Arizona. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they'll start with a 1st and 10 at their own 20. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
We got to get the ball. Can you get the ball right here? Let's go.
Now Riddick, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
It's now third down and 3.
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on third down. Flacco looking for his first toss. This one complete to Theo Riddick. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Hey, lads! Hey! Monday!
They look to throw on 1st and 10 with Flacco. They set up the screen to Booker. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Tim Patrick, 42 yards. And the Broncos push further out in front. McManus now for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Big stop, let's go.
He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
And the Cardinals' 1st down.
Let's go. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Back to the ground on 1st down, Edmonds. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
Let's go.
12 yards to pick up, good enough for an Arizona first. Last year as a rookie, Edmonds got more action than most people anticipated as David Johnson's backup. 80 touches, 60 of them on the ground, 20 through the air. 4th-round pick in 2018 out of Fordham. He had a whopping 5,800 rushing yards during his college career. They think his future's bright in Arizona. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
They'll run on 1st down, Edmonds. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Strip that ball.
Now Hungley. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. By the way, as we expected, most of the starting units out here in the 2nd quarter, so get your 2 deep, your 3 deep, your 4 deep ready for this one.
If you have a particular favorite who wasn't a high draft pick or is an undrafted free agent trying to make the team, this is the time to watch him play and give it his best shot, because most of the starters, you're exactly right, they'll be out of the game watching the rest of the way.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Hey, a sidebar worth noting is that preseason cuts have changed. So week 3 that we're in right now, the preseason, what did you say, the roster's going to stay at 90 instead of going down to 75 this year?
That's exactly right, Brandon, because in the past, just what you said, this game here, at the end of week 3, or game 3, you would cut the roster down to 75 and play game 4 just like that. In this case now, though, they're going to be able to keep guys all the way through. So guys who would normally not have a chance to finish out the preseason, they'll get that chance now and get more opportunities to get on tape.
A big seam, and he might go all the way. And all the way home for a Broncos score. The kick return touchdown goes for 97 yards. And the Broncos push further out in front. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork, to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Throwing, Hundley. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. DeMarcus Walker in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
He'll look to throw. Looking deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage.
Let's go! At their own 41-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 44-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
Ready! Okay,
Let's go, baby. They turn it up. Let's get that ball.
Into the hands of Patrick left side. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. Well, that'll get him the 1st down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Wait!
Run.
Bootleg, Flacco. The completion to Riddick. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A Bronco 1st down there, 12 yards on the play.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football.
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Flacco will take to the air again. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Deontay Thompson, the rookie from Bama.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And just like that, on we head to half number 2. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway.
Let's go, let's go!
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. Now a throw here to his running back.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
47's the mark.
To throw again on second down. Hundley looking middle, and it's incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and it's third down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now back to throw. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Clay. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 42.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Derek Wolfe popping in for the sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. On second down, this is Edmonds. They find some open field here. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards the pickup there.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They run it here with Edmonds. And this time they were ready for him as he's taken down at the line of scrimmage. Credit the tackle to Isaac Yiadom. They're losing here in the third quarter, maybe trying to get the ball outside, bust a big play. Obviously didn't work there.
Yeah, and while it didn't work, I really can't fault them for trying it. You and I have talked to the offensive coordinator, and we knew that was a place they wanted to try and go. And sometimes you just have to stick with it because 2-yard gains turn into 20-yard gains as the game goes along.
Throwing on second down. Conley. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's third down now.
And 10 yards to go.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down. Back to throw here. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And this one is right down Broadway. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. For the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that? He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Try to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
Flacco looks to throw. And he's got Booker. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up a third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Here's Flacco. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field.
And now look at him go. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Chase Edmonds, 85 yards. As his guys have cut the lead down to 2. Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They made the decision to go for 2. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there?
A third quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe first or second, you don't. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I keep coming back to I don't like to chase a lot of points.
Yeah.
But I also don't know what kicking an extra point being down 1 does for me.
Come on, man. Let's go.
At their own 27-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
At the 27-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. To pass, Flacco. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now after the sack, Flacco and the Broncos come up 3rd and long. 3rd and long for Joe Flacco. He's got it, the tight end Jeff Heuerman. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
2nd and 10. That'll be caught right side. It's Butler. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
On the carry, it's Edmonds. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
From the 45 on 2nd down. Hunley over the middle. That's hauled in by Isabella. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and inches.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup, and that'll do it for the end of the third quarter. You're watching preseason football on EA Sports. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Logan. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. To Edmonds on the toss. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Check, 47. Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
They'll look to throw. And the Broncos get there and take him down. DeMarcus Walker, his 2nd sack of the night.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
A 60-yard attempt.
And this one is right down the middle. You talk about a big kick under pressure in the 4th quarter. I mean, that wasn't like a 33-yarder. That was long distance.
Not only does it show the faith that they have in him, but also remember, if they'd missed that one, they're giving up the ball near midfield, so they had to be very confident that he was going to put that one through the post.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close.
This is caught inside the 15. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Tim Patrick ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Broncos have retaken the lead. So now a big play here as the Broncos will line up to go for 2. This will be caught at about the 5. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10. at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. Wide open receiver complete. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
They'll run on first down. Edmonds. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Here we go.
2nd and 2. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
First down, Cardinals.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
On first down, Edmonds. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. Logan. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 10 more there and another first down. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the Broncos' 9-yard line.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
He's crashing.
Draw play, Edmonds. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. A nice run there, 8 yards, moves him much closer to the goal line now for 3rd down. They come out here in the eye. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. They'll try to run this one in. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal.
4th and goal at the 1-yard line.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They come up on the play of the game now. 4th and goal. They'll go for it with Edmonds. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And the Bronco defense comes up big. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that 3rd timeout would have really helped here.
Another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Booker. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage just come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Booker's got it on the toss. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. Riddick with a carry. Theo Riddick, the 30. Past the 20. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Broncos are winners as we say so long from Denver.